365 days a year, our best bets are our premium picks. We give out free picks, tons of them. Tons. More than anybody does. We have 2 websites where we give out free picks on every game. We do videos on 2 different video channels of every game, and then we do live shows, plus we do halftime shows. We do all kinds of extra shows. Of course, I'll be live at the early halftime of the early games for halftime betting, which is one of my favorite things. Also, some of my, probably my best picks that I do give out, even better than my premium picks. I probably have a much higher winning percentage there. And because I'm a game watcher. And then, of course, I'll be live for the Sunday night football matchup halftime as well. A rough day yesterday. It happens. I was on a little bit of a heater, and I don't know. I got stupid. I mean, it happens. We talk about it all the time, like how you kind of get off of your hot streaks and get off of the cold streaks, and I just did something. I did some things yesterday that. Well, also I think a lot of the squarest plays came in too, so that didn't help me either.
Yep.
Anyways, speaking about bad plays, here's the gang. I went against Rod, so I was talking before the show. I went against Rod strongly on the Florida-Georgia game, on Notre Dame Clemson. I ate shit on all of them. I mean, I just ate a big pile of shit because, I really was woofing it too about those games. So it happens. I think sometimes when you show your passion and you're adamant about things and you come across and you hit a lot of winners doing it that way. Well, that's why, so many people watch these shows and have tuned into our websites over the years because I'm willing to make the calls that a lot of people aren't willing to make, And while people will pat me on the back with my Liberty money line pick, I also said Georgia was going to house them, and I also loved Clemson. So, so be it, And it's just another day of college football. We're going to have other days like that. And I left a lot of games on the table that ended up being winners, and I left, I still think anyway I would have scrambled them, it would have been a rough day for me. It just was one of those days. It's going to happen. I don't know if Notre Dame showed up. I think the referees showed up. Notre Dame gave up 40 points. Okay. So they didn't show up. Okay. You give up 40 points. You didn't show up. Defense wins championships. You give up 40 points, you're not going to win the championship. That's for damn sure. Not going to win much. Clemson gave up 47. So you could talk about their quarterback being out, and you could talk about that. But they had three starting defenders that were out, and that was the difference for them. That was the big difference.
Yeah, it wasn't at quarterback, because that backup quarterback was phenomenal.
He played good, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't phenomenal. He was good. He wasn't phenomenal. He was good.
Well, very. I don't know. He looked good to me.
Well,
He was zipping them in there.
Well, he's Clemson quarterback. Dabo Swinney's a great recruiter. He's the guy, right?
Notre Dame showed a lot of heart yesterday. That's what I thought. So
I think they got a lot of good calls that helped them along the way. And I think they showed heart. They came back. They gave up a big lead. They got some tremendous breaks on turnovers. They took advantage of those. And then they gave up a gigantic lead. And a lot of times when you give up the gigantic lead and then the other team actually takes the lead on you after giving up the gigantic lead, you're kind of done. But Notre Dame did fight back. They got some unbelievable calls. And, they took advantage of those calls. And that's, it's not just getting the calls, it's taking advantage of the calls. And Notre Dame was able to do that because, when they weren't able to do it, then they just got another call, right? They just went in their favor, which is, let's just put the ball on the 1-inch line for you. How does this work? Well, can you move it up? All right. Sure, whatever. How about here? Does this work? Does work for everyone? Then that's social distancing after the game.
Yeah, but you're fine. That's part of protests and big gatherings. So those are excluded.
Oh man.
Storming the field's excluded.
Quarantine's over now.
It's okay though. Today is a new day. We've got an NFL schedule. I'm treading fairly lightly on this one. We are.
Yeah, I'm choosing quality over quantity.
Yeah, we're just at that. I don't think it was sharp lines. I think the public had a big day yesterday.
Yeah,
it wasn't the sharps.
100%.
It was super public yesterday, and that's why I'm never gonna like when Notre Dame and Florida, are winning. It's like I'm never gonna have a good day. You know, when the favorites are covering, like, you know, Iowa's bound, you know, it's like, I'm never going to have a good day like that. And one of the days like that, ever. It's.
How about Iowa? That was crazy. Crazy butt kicking.
Well, I tell you, and also, let's not forget the Indiana, against Michigan.
Well, that was one that I had right.
Yeah. Yeah, and my wins were on the big public teams too. It was Oklahoma.
North Carolina went on the road and absolutely pummeled.
Yeah, they pummeled Duke. Duke's terrible. It is the year of the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I looked at like 24 games I had written down, and most of them were not the non-public sides. Almost all of them lost.
It was a total square day yesterday, and I thought for sure it was going to be a sharp day, and I took it on the chin. In hindsight, I wish I would have. I guess so. Jeremy, if you have picks like this, the place to put those is in the Facebook group. This way, you have accountability, and you can go back and discuss these games with everybody and kind of stuff. You put them on here. Then they just kind of go. Yeah, they're all rigged. The games are rigged. We know that. It's just being on the right side of the rigging, right? That's all we give a shit about. Well, and welcome back to the show. We replaced you with Ron Romanelli yesterday, and I gotta say it was a treat. He's a nice kid. I really like him, and he really made me feel stupid for quite some time. He was well prepared, and I'll tell you, he brushed his hair and everything. He was all ready to go. He got up early to check his internet connection, texted me 60 times to make sure. We'll have him back next. We'll have him back next Saturday. We stuck him right in the middle of the puck dogs.
Keep you guys in line,
People are asking for you.
Aww. Well, I'm here today, everybody. So hopefully I'll do my best to give you some good free winners. I'm loving today's NFL card. A lot of underdogs I'm feeling. So I'm sure we'll get into all that later.
Yep. So what do you got for sale today for our?
So I have my total of the month for NFL. My last total of the month for NFL hit big. So I have another one up there today that I love. I have a good spread on there as well as a money line. And they are all up for sale on the website.
Well, I adamantly went against a lot of Rod's plays yesterday on the show, and I ate some shit. I deserve it. He had the leprechaun hat on and the bow tie to rub my face in it. And the thing is that I have my holy trinity of hatred. The three teams that I hate the most in college football. And I grew up hating teams. It's like this is. When you're from where I'm from, and everybody knows this that comes from the southern part of the United States, that college football is the number one sport. And it's like college football is different than NFL. It just is. And it just always will be. And, especially today's NFL where there's free agency. Back when I was a kid, there was no free agency in the NFL. Players stayed with the team their whole careers. But in college, most of the players, even today, will associate themselves more with their college team that they played for than their NFL team. And it's something that you're kind of born with and you live with. And it's like our teams that we hate, are Florida, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. We hate their guts, all three of those teams. So it's like it doesn't usually affect my betting, but it doesn't mean that, I'm a fan first. I always will be. I started my whole internet thing because I love college football. My first website was the College Football Place, and I only covered college football for, for a while. And, and I have good reason to hate all of those teams, because they deserve it, right? Well, this is the problem when you root for a team that never gets the calls, right? We never get the calls. So it's like, when everybody hates you, it's always us against them every Saturday. And it's like, a team like Clemson, a team like Notre Dame, a team like Oklahoma, a team like Alabama, they can lose a game and still make it to the playoff and play for a national championship. Miami doesn't get that luxury. Miami loses, they drop to number 14, 15. And that's just the way that it is, and it's always been that way. And that's why when Florida dropped Miami from the schedule, they held Emmitt Smith to 4 yards rushing for the game. And, they're up 28-3. There's 4 seconds left in the game. What do? You call timeout and kick a field goal. It's like, that's exactly what you freaking do. You make it 31-3 and let them throw shit at you all day. Who cares? You know, did it right in their turf. And you know, the Notre Dame. I mean, it's been a long rivalry, and it's like I think as Miami fans, and you know, I'm a homer. I know that. You know, I own it, right? I'm a homer for Miami, but I think part of it is that you know, part of it is that not getting a break. But the other part of it is that the Miami teams were really bad in like the 70s, in the early part of the 80s before they won the championship in 83. They were horrible. And none of those teams had a problem playing them. The schedule was always Penn State, Oklahoma, Florida, Notre Dame. That was the schedule. Then they got good and everybody dropped them from the schedule. So like Florida, who they had played every year for 80 years, all of a sudden didn't have room for them on the schedule anymore because they were getting slaughtered. Notre Dame didn't have room for them on the schedule anymore because they were getting slaughtered. Oklahoma, who they played every year, didn't have room for them because they were getting slaughtered. And it's like, own it, you know? Man up. You want to be the best? You got to beat the best. Speaking of the best, Rod, you got the best of me yesterday.
It was a pretty good day yesterday. Continue my pretty good week. It's 6 winning days in a row. I'm definitely heating up on fire. Loving today's Sunday card. I got 5 selections there. I got 3 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 on the night game for $29.95. Scoop her up. And for me, it's like your rivalry thing. For me, it's always been Calgary. As we know, I'm not a Calgary guy. I hate Calgary. That's because it was always Calgary and the Edmonton Eskimos. Oh, Edmonton football team.
Yeah, I think
that was the big rivalry.
I know like a lot of the cappers out there, and I know like a lot of the I know a lot of people out there, and whatever sports people, and it's like I'm surprised there's how many people there are in this industry that aren't like the real diehard. It's like coming from Miami where it was like we sat there in the 150-degree heat, and I know Rod, has followed his teams, and it's like, but Rod will jump off his bandwagon and root for another team occasionally. See, I will only do it bet to bet. I will only root for other teams outside of Miami on a bet to bet basis. I don't have a second favorite team. I don't have a team that I also like. I don't have any of that stuff. I'm a Miami fan. That's it. Everybody else, it's on a strict bet to bet basis. Brian, the data that was not good. The tough day for the Sharps yesterday. Tough day for guys like us who can't latch on to, the big name, brand name teams. It happens. It's why there's 17 weeks in the season or whatever. They got, Vegas
complete embarrassment for me yesterday.
Yeah, me too. It was not my proudest moment. The highlight of my day was Romanelli on the show.
But if it's my turn, I'm ready to go here, because I have 3 betting accounts, and 2 of these I'm going all in on one game today. If you guys have out there bet one play with me, make sure it's today. My NFL game of the month, guys. Love this game. Go get it. Pick dogs, $30. I love it, love it, love it. It's gonna cash easy.
Chris Ruffalo, awfully quiet over there. Yeah.
Just trying to not get in trouble again today.
Well, we know that we know that your fiance. I see you're back home.
Yes.
Your fiance let you back in, or are you at the man cave because of that? You love the Saturday night Cougars versus Cougars and Beavers comment.
If I turn my camera to the right, you will see the couch that I slept on last night.
Yeah.
No, we came home yesterday. We had a nice birthday dinner.
Nice quiet ride back to the house.
No, the radio was on. There was just no talking.
What's the matter? Nothing.
I don't know. Why don't you ask the Cougars and the Beavers? I always get the snarky, passive aggressive comment. But that was yesterday. We're moving on. We're on to Cincinnati. Today I got my Sunday NFL lunch rush. Been hitting on those pretty well lately, going for my 4th straight winning day. I got the 5-pack up at the website, $29.95. Or I got the my Sunday Super 7, 5 afternoon games, and then I got 2 more games at the 4 o'clock time slots. Plan on sweeping the board today, and I got that over for $39.95 over at the website. I'm loving today's card.
Yeah, if you want our NFL best bets, and you want to do it on your own time, we all have premium picks available at Pick Dogs and Sports Shop Place Premium. Plus, I know a lot of people, they want to get to the window and bet, and I know that I talk, and that's what I do, right? I mean, this show used to be just me, so it's like, I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. Not going to change it, so. I went against the birthday boy. Never a good idea, man. This guy is, Jonesy McIntosh. Go in the Facebook group. And you had this Javoris Chester's a dick, man. I mean, he's like, what a dick. It's like, you got a problem, man? It's like, anyway.
You got free premium picks.
Brian and Chris should do all the talking today. How about this, man? How about if you blow it out your ass? How does that sound?
I like the guy that put Vikings lock today up on the thing.
I mean, seriously, man. It's like, I would like to know, number one, some of these people with the comments, it's like, number one, I'd like to know, number one, who do you think you are? Number two, who do you think you're talking to? Because you know what you're going to get from me, right? I mean, it's like, it's nothing new. And number three, it's like, what makes you think I owe you something? Or Ann owes you something? What makes you think that? It's like, let's go to your job and heckle you.
Can I just say, I think blow it out your ass is one of my favorite comebacks of all time. One of the more underrated and underused.
It kind of went down by the wayside. It's like a 90s one was 80s, 90s. We always
that's where that's where the ass is. So.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. I prefer the GFU, but that's just me.
Yeah. There's always an asshole. It's like, if I have a bad day, I own it, man. And if you have a problem with my premium picks you bought from me, you don't have to worry if they're guaranteed or not. I own that too, man. You call me, you send me an email, I make it right, It's like, I don't care if it's guaranteed or not guaranteed. If I have a shitty day, I own it, man. But it doesn't give you the right to bash me, because we never hear from you when I have I was on the heater going into yesterday. I didn't hear one fucking word from you. Anyways.
I didn't lose yet.
I've seen now you lost all the money from the.
I didn't.
All right.
No. I'm still up for the week. I had such a good week.
No. I'm talking about the monetization from YouTube, because you used.
That's right. They on our sports chat channel they stopped monetizing our videos because I think I said the rock ducker or something. Vikings -3.5 against the Lions, and Matt Stafford is going to play.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Divisional matchups, Georgia games, and presidential victories, along with Notre Dame victories, supersede the coronavirus. What do you think?
Who's going first? Henny?
It doesn't matter. I guess I'll start off. Really, for me, I mean, I tried with those Lions last week. It was a letdown, but I'm going to go Lions again as underdogs this week. I feel like they're going to cover. I don't really trust the Vikings right now.
Yeah, this guy Jonesy, he's saying that I don't like him or something because I told him to put his picks in the Facebook group. No, absolutely not. The reason why I'm telling you to put your picks in the Facebook group is because this way they sit there all day, and other people can
Yeah.
comment them, and other people can see your picks. And if you win, everyone sees that. Wow, you picked some good picks. So we know if you know. And it's like if they're not, but you put them here in the YouTube comments, no one's gonna go back and look at those. Matter of fact, Stanley's gonna come in. He's gonna look at this video. He's gonna break it down by what time we go over the games. And he's going to make it an easy list for people to go over like he does every single day, which is pretty amazing. Anyways, Ann, what did you say on this one?
You're on the Vikings plus the points.
You mean the
Excuse me,
Lions.
Lions, yes.
Rod?
For me in this one, I'm going to take the Vikings. This is the games that Cousins wins. Vikings win, cover.
Brian?
Yeah, for me, Vikings are definitely no lock. They're coming off a huge emotional win against the Packers and Lions. For me, I think this is a perfect spot for them to get one of those Lions-type wins. So, for me, take the points with Detroit. I think you'll be happy. It's one of the better free picks out there.
You'll be very happy with this.
I think so. I think you'll be very happy if you take the Detroit Lions.
Why do I feel like I'm buying a pair of shoes?
I'm trying to have a good attitude.
It's like these spikes. It's like the guy. This is like the guy at the golf course. Like, you don't want to get the sandals because this thing, it just rubs on your foot the wrong way. Get these. They're light. You get some air going in there. You're gonna be really happy with these. Trust me.
Take a walk with the line.
This is also the guy that gave our friend. He's a dermatologist, like our cosmetic surgeon or something like that. He gives me my sunscreen. So one of them, they're zinc based. I have to use mineral based because my skin is all sensitive to stuff. So one is like a white color. You put it on, it's like everything's like a white, or like you get really pale when you put it on, like you rub it in. The other one is a tinted, and he's always like, really gonna enjoy the tinted, I think. Thanks. It's like, you enjoy the sunscreen. You're really going to enjoy the tinted. Chris,
I think
what's
Brian's
it going to take
on
to
this.
put you on Bittler's Lions today?
Not a whole lot, because I'm on the Lions too. I mean, I think this is a bounce back spot. Like Brian said, they're off. Minnesota's off that emotional win over Green Bay, and this is also a revenge game for guys like Adrian Peterson. So I think this is a spot to take the Lions and the points.
So this line went from 2.5 to 4, and then Stafford was announced that he is going to play, and it went just to 3.5. And this just shows you how much players have to do with the line and all this different stuff. We're talking David Blau possibilities here is worth 0.5 point over $30 million a year. Matthew Stafford. I don't know.
Either that or they had a good idea that Stafford would play, and they were just comfortable with the line. I don't know.
There was David Blau possibilities. It was definitely in the realm of possibilities.
Well, they have another veteran quarterback, don't they?
Oh, they're the Lions, Brian. They got some serious crap floating around over there. I take the
They got
Lions
some running
too.
backs, though.
I'll take
I
the
like
Lions too.
running backs.
I'll take the
Swift
Lions
and
too.
Peterson.
I'll take the Lions too. It's
Ooh, Peterson in a revenge angle. Ooh.
I think you see Swift running back. DeAndre Swift's going to have a big game, I think, too.
Rod.
We'll see.
Big not fan of Swift during the NFL draft. Anyways, and we go to Atlanta, and I was super critical again of Raheem Morris in my Pick Dogs video of this game, and I guess the Falcon fans didn't like that too much. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like maybe
Well, I mean,
he sucks.
he's like 5-17 on home games, so I'm definitely taking the Broncos underdog again. Like this is going to be a good day in NFL. So I absolutely will lay the points with the Broncos here.
Rod? Rod?
For me in this one, sorry.
We got you in number 2 spot. We can move you back to third base if you want.
No, we're good.
It's just where you landed today. I didn't put you there on
all
purpose.
good. I'm not used to being in the number 2 spot. Usually I'm like 3rd or 4th, so I was busy looking and reading and always looking at something. Anyways, for me in this one, I think we're gonna see a lower scoring game, tighter, running the ball. Give me the under in the Broncos and Falcons.
Brian?
Yeah, for me, I think the Falcons are going to go back to being the Falcons. They had their win last week, and they'll be celebrating it. But the Broncos are one of those gritty, tough teams, and they pulled it out last week, and I think they continue to do well. I'll take the 4 points with Denver here.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on Denver as well. I just think that they're going to have a field day against that Atlanta secondary, and going to have a little bit of confidence after that rally over the Chargers.
Yeah, one of my friends that I golf with is like one of those fantasy guru guys, and he won like the $15,000 whatever last week. He won $15,000 in fantasy, which I think is pretty amazing considering he's up against computers, right? He said about this game, because he knows I love the Jerry Jeudy pick. I thought he was the best player available in the whole NFL draft last year. And he said to me, I said, I think Jerry Jeudy's gonna have a big game. He's like, and he has all the statistics on all the individual players. And I guess the 2 Falcons corners are the worst and the 3rd to worst cornerbacks in the entire NFL when it comes to ratings like that. This game's going over. It's gonna be like 100 points. They're gonna throw deep all day long, and then the Falcons are gonna need to throw deep just to keep up. Gonna be over. Gonna be ton. It's like this the Jerry Jeudy coming out party.
I appreciate that, Mitch. I just changed my fantasy lineup. I put Jeudy in, and I took out DJ Shark. So you helped me out. Thank you.
Well, you could thank.
Thank you, buddy.
Cameron.
Buy him a beer for me.
Cameron, you don't need to buy him a beer. He actually works at. He's like one of the top managers at Humble Kitchen, which is. He's been with Roy Yamaguchi and Roy Yamaguchi's restaurants forever. So he's like one of the top guys in those. And if anyone's ever been to Roy's, you guys know it's awesome. Awesome stuff. And that Humble Kitchen over here, man, you want to try a mochi pancake that'll just knock your socks off for about $32. It's way overpriced, but it's a damn good pancake, man. Damn good pancake.
You get what you pay for.
Well, I don't know. It's still way overpriced. I think in all fairness, it's like $27, for mochi pancakes, but I don't care. It's like Malamars. They could charge. It's like Malamars. It's like when I first started eating Malamars, they were probably like $1 a box, and now they're probably like $17 a box. It's like they just kept raising the prices. It's like, Mitch will buy it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what we could charge whatever. It's like, put a 16 on it. See what he does.
We're always talking about food.
Yeah, I'm always hungry.
I'm hungry. I haven't eaten
I know,
yet
because it's
today.
like right before, it's like after breakfast, but right before lunch.
It's
Everyone
like
gets hungry.
it's
No
like
one really eats breakfast.
I don't eat breakfast.
see for me.
I don't either.
It's 5:48 in the morning. So like Jim Gaffigan, I don't know if you guys know him, the comedian. He has a bit where he's like, I asked a friend, he's like, hey, you want a donut? And he's like, no, I'm not hungry. He's like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? It's like I've been hungry since the 2nd grade. Jaguars versus Texans. Jags plus 6.5 in this one. This line's been as high as 7. Luton takes over at QB for Jacksonville. The Gardner Minishew's experience is over. It's all over. I never even understood the decision to begin with. I certainly, at Jacksonville at 1-6, certainly in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes here. They're not out of it, The Jets.
They could work out a trade with the Jets, maybe.
No. You don't need to trade with the Jets. If you have one win, you are in the sweepstakes. We saw Miami was 0-6, 0-10 last year. At one point, and it's like they ended up, drafting 5th. It's like, it's far from over. You got
one.
I
think the Dolphins lose to the Jets anyway when they go to New York, but we'll see.
Okay.
Just messing with you.
And we got the Jags plus 6.5 at home.
This isn't one like I really would take, but if I do, I probably would lay the points on the Texans. Doug Marrone is like 0-7 against good passing teams, so not one I really would take.
Moving in and out to your microphone. Rod, we're here yet? We don't hear you.
For me, I like the over in this game. The Jaguars still have the worst D in the league, and I think the Texans will be able to put up some points. And I don't think Jake Luton is horrible. I think he can get a few points too. I think Jags can get a couple points to do their end of the deal. Give me the over.
For me, I had the Jaguars as one of my pick six in a pick group that I'm in, but as this week goes on, I'm less loving them. But I think they're good enough for a free pick today. There's no way I'm laying a touchdown or 6.5 with the Texans on the road here. I just think Jaguars keep it close, maybe pull it out of their butt, get the cover.
I hate when the trolls pull the freedom of speech card. It's like, yeah, freedom of speech. Not on my show, it isn't. It's a pure dictatorship. That was the creepy comment of the day. Totally unacceptable, man. I'm not even going to repeat it. Chris, speaking of creepy, we got
now he's going to lose all his games.
I'm going to take Houston here. I know it's laying a touchdown the road, but not much has changed from the Houston team that beat Jacksonville by 16 a few weeks ago. So I'll take Houston laying the points.
I like the under in this one. Two shitty teams, and I mean it's like they can't get out of their own way. I think Bill O'Brien could be, Texan fans could sue him, for like the damage that he did to that team. It's like, as a coach, I thought he was a good coach, and I thought he did a great job at Penn State too. But I think as a GM, I mean, I don't know, man.
I think they have the quarterback in place, though, to go forward with Watson. So, as long as you have a good quarterback.
By default. He got him by default,
Oh, yeah, Brian really sunk that Texans franchise. But
So someone is typing. That's what they're saying. Is it me? Maybe it's me putting in the picks. I don't know. And it's not like the under here. I think we got a crap fest. Anthony Saldino. Well, how is he up there? Oh, there he is. I cashed. Wow. Congratulations on being able to bet after the game is over. It's like... It's like... All right, Jonesy's got it. You're more than welcome. We love you. It's not that we don't like you or don't like your picks or anything like that. Trust me. It's like we'd rather. I'm just telling you, it's just better. It's a better way of doing it. Because my way is the best way. Wait, I'm always making friends everywhere I go. Got Chiefs and the Panthers. Ann?
I'm going to probably go with the Chiefs. Andy Reid, he'll get the job done.
Rod?
I like the over. Give me the over in this one. Too high offenses going to get some points here. Give me the over 51.
Brian?
Chiefs defense is not so good.
Sorry. Brian?
I'm going to give all the listeners here out a bonus here. This is my least liked premium, but it's a premium. Guys, I absolutely love the Panthers today. You really haven't seen that line move off of 10 here. Everybody loves bet the Chiefs. For me, Panthers are well coached. I think they keep it within a touchdown. Chiefs going into a bye week. Take the Panthers here plus the points. Easy cover.
Chris?
I'm on the Chiefs here. I like the way they've been playing. They've been a good cover team all season long, and I just think that Mahomes is going to have a really good day against that Panthers secondary. Matt Ryan can do it. I think Patrick Mahomes can do it. So, take the Chiefs.
I like the Panthers here as well. I just think that it's too many points. I think the Chiefs probably win. Panthers cover. Rules coaching, the way that he did it at Baylor and the way that he's done it here in the Panthers, he just keeps the games reasonably close and gives his team a chance to win at the end. Sometimes they win, sometimes they don't, but you don't see them on the wrong end of blowouts too often. And I think that's what they do here. They usually don't beat themselves. You know?
I think Bridgewater's good at being a game manager.
Yeah, you need the game manager. You know, it's like it's the inverse of Phillip Rivers. You know, it's kind of like a guy who's gonna, look for the open guy, throw it out of bounds when there's nobody open, even if it's 3rd and 14. You know, that's the problem with Phil Rivers, right? I mean, it's 3rd and 14 instead of throwing it out of bounds and letting the guys punt in the tight game. He's got to thread the needle and the thread doesn't exist, right? The hole is about this big, and the football's this big. It's like you can't physically get it through there. I don't care how hard you can throw it. It's like it just doesn't work that way.
Christian McCaffrey's back this week.
He is back this week. I think the Chiefs' defense is a little better than Rod gives them credit for, though, because defense wins championships. You win a Super Bowl, you have a good defense, man. It's just the way it is. Titans -6.5 against the Chicago Bears. I made Chris Ruffalo listen to the Bear Down Chicago Bears one day when we were doing the videos because he had never heard it before. So, yeah, I'm sure he's still trying to get that song out of his head. But and 6.5.
This is another game that I tried to cap this game and I was like, I couldn't even figure out the totals, the spread. So, again, this is one. I'm definitely not rushing the bet. If I had to lay the points, I'm just going to go with Titans. Bears just, they don't cover the spread.
So Paul made a good comment here, and this is in relation to my Rivers comment. And it said, Ron Romanelli's here. I feel stupid already. Let's see. All right, so anyway, someone commented on my Rivers comment, and they said Dan Marino was the best at throwing into the tight windows. And I agree that early in his career he was, but later in his career he had the same problems that Rivers is having late in his career, is that he can't throw it into those tight windows anymore. He just can't. He just doesn't have the physical ability to throw it into those tight windows anymore, so those become interceptions and lopsided losses. And that's a problem. And who'd you take in this one?
I went with the Titans, -6.5.
Remember the Titans.
Not crazy.
We're going to blitz on every down.
For me in this one, I think we're going to see a grinded out battle between the 20s. Give me the under 47. Bears, Titans.
Under for Rod. Ryan Bittler.
I agree with Rod here, but I'm going to go with the Bears. Titans are just like 2-5 against the spread. They're a good team at winning, but not covering numbers. The Bears are 5-3, I believe, against the spread. So I think the Bears defense keeps them in it, and they cover the spread.
Chris Ruffalo.
They haven't lost by more than 3 points, so I'll take I'll take Chicago in the points in this one.
I'm going to take the under in this one. I don't agree with you guys about the Bears and the Titans and all that other stuff either, to be honest. I think that there's an easy rebuttal on this one. It's that I wonder what teams' records are after losing to the Bengals. I wonder what it is. I'm going to guess it was not a fun week of practice with Coach Vrabel this week. I'm going to guess it was I'm going to guess we're going to see the Titans come out kind of the way we saw Bobby Wagner when they talked all week about how lousy his defense was. That's what I'm going to guess you're going to see from the Titans this week. Because Vrabel is a pretty hard-nosed coach, and my guess is losing to the Bengals was not one that he had circled as a losable game for them.
The Bengals are horrible, though.
Well, they just drafted first last year. They had a rookie QB. This is a team that played for the AFC Championship.
They've been playing scrappy all year. But, I see.
And crappy. Scrappy and crappy. At the same time. Speaking of Phil Rivers, this is the line mover bounce game of the week. This thing's all over the map. The Colts are now favored by a point in this thing.
Crazy.
It finally got through. So this thing opened at 4. It went all the way down to, the Colts were about
It was like 0.5.
even. Yeah, it was even. And then the Colts were +1 last night. And then this morning went all the way through 0, now to the -1 with very few bets being placed on the Colts. Ann, what do you think?
So for this one, I'm going to lean towards the under for this game. Both of the last 2 Ravens games have gone over. So maybe we're stressing the under. So I'm just going to ride that out. I think this is going to be, tight. Like you said, that spread got so low. This is going to be a neck and neck game. I'm feeling the under here.
Rod.
For me, this was the game I gave out on the drive-through, and I'm still sticking with it. I like the under as well. It's going to be a grind-em-out type game. Give me the under.
Brian.
I agree with Ann and Rod, and the Colts defense has been catching a little bit of grief lately. I think they have one of the best defenses in the AFC. Ravens, always tough on D. I know this total is going up a little bit, but I'm still going to go with the under here.
Chris?
I'm going to follow this line move, and I'm going to go with the Colts laying the point. I just think Lamar Jackson's going to have trouble passing on that defense, and I can see Phillip Rivers squeaking one out. Maybe Indianapolis wins this by a field goal.
I'm gonna go with Ruffalo here and take the Colts also. I just think that Lamar Jackson just hasn't looked the same this season. It's like either they don't let him run, or the other teams have figured something out where they can put a spy on him that limits his mobility. And without that mobility, well, then he's kind of the quarterback that got passed on for all those other quarterbacks and ended up all the way at the bottom of the first round, because that speed is what he has. That is his difference maker. That's his superpower, right? Is that speed? Yeah. It's certainly not his arm, right? So you do that, and then the running game hasn't really opened that up for him either. And I really thought getting Dobbins, who Miami passed on like 5 times in the draft, and we sat there total frustration on draft day. I don't know. He hasn't really delivered either.
But they have Des Bryant active for this game.
Des Bryant. The problem Ruffalo beat him in the 40-yard dash. Of course, he had the hoagie tied to a string in front of him.
The stick was taped to my back, but it kept hitting me in the nose.
Doing one of these moves, Yeah, I like the Colts. Oh, here's a crappy one. Washington against the Giants. We got NFC. Des Bryant. for Des. I actually met Des. He's gigantic. I met him at the Nike store in Chicago the night that the Bears played the Cowboys. And he was the nicest guy. Like, he was just the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your whole life. And he's like, I recognized him right away. And I said to him, you got your long underwear ready for this one? And he said, yeah, it's supposed to be pretty cold. And I showed him my iPhone, and it said -24 on it. He's like, it was one of those games where it's Soldier, and anyone that's ever been to a winter game at Soldier has had this experience where, like, I don't drink, but I go through about $70 worth of hot chocolates at a game like this. And my friend Pete puts his beer down in the beer holder, right? Watches like 2 plays, and it's frozen solid, like a popsicle. I mean, 24 below zero, man. Tony Romo ran off the field, man, and he's just hugging the space heater. It was like the night. Do you guys remember the night that the Falcons played the Bears, and Michael Vick, like the 3rd play of the game or something, he like scrambles out for a run, and Urlacher grabs him by the back and like slams him down on the turf, and it's like you could hear like he's hitting cement. It was just like, ouch. It's like you want no part of it. We are getting to that kind of year. Anyways, Washington and the Giants, two teams that have nothing to do with Michael Vick or the Bears. Matter of fact, Washington
Used to be in the same conference. Right?
Yeah, but they are, they are the Eskimos. So the Washington Eskimos against the New York Giants. You think that the Giants name is offensive to any giant people out there? You think the Lions is offensive to the canine family? I don't know.
What about the 49ers?
The Miners. I don't know. It's all offensive.
I'm going to change all the names.
The most offensive thing about Washington.
Red team, yellow team.
Oh. Team A, and Team B.
You call them you call them
One,
like
two,
the,
three.
yeah, you call them the smiley faces. They're like, no, I want to be angry today.
Team A versus
Like-
Team B with the points, right? We got. Oh,
Team.
speaking of Team A, who do you like, Ann?
Team. So we got Team Blue and Team Red here now. I'm probably gonna lay with the Giants on this. Again, another underdog that I really like. They are 9-1 on the road for conference games. So I follow that conference very well, and I definitely see the Giants. It's all these are all right near each other. I can drive to Giants Stadium, Eagles, Washington. It's all right near each other. It's like really a home game for the Giants. So I'm going to definitely go with the Giants here at the plus points.
For me, it's a little lean to the Giants, but my bigger play is take the under. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of scoring in this game.
Brian?
Yeah, I agree with Rod in this game. I don't think you're going to see a ton of scoring. I like Washington's defense, and I think they're going to feel slighted losing the last game to the Giants. And for me, I'm going to lean towards the under.
Chris Ruffalo?
I'm going to stick with the Giants here. I don't know, 16-4 against the spread in their last 20 road games. I know this is probably getting a lot more points in those games, but I think this is a coin flip, so I'll take the Giants.
I'm going to take Washington. I think after that performance on national television, the world's going to be on the Giants in this one. It's like you put in that big performance on national TV against Tom Brady and all that stuff. It's like, the Giants don't suck so much. No, they suck. Trust me on that one. They suck. They suck bad. 1-7.
It's only sitting at 50% though right now, but they must not have convinced too many people.
I was waiting for Brian to chime in on that one.
Yeah, it was the 40% because it wasn't 10, before that game.
Good old Brian.
I don't know if anybody could anybody be convinced that the Giants don't stink. I don't know if you could convince somebody of that, but I think they both stink.
You think Andre the Giant was offended by the Giants?
I love him.
He might have. He didn't seem like the type of guy who was offended by a whole lot.
Yeah, he's drunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say he only drank a 2-4 every single night.
Yeah.
The documentary on HBO is pretty good with Andre the Giant.
Of course.
Yeah.
We got the LA Chargers up against the Raiders. Chargers are +1 in this one. They were -2.5 when it all opened. And the total in this one stuck at 52.5. Ann?
Oh yeah, I was struggling with this total a little bit. So then I went back on that spread, saw that line movement. I'm still gonna lay the points with Chargers, another underdog here, 4-1 against the spread. I like that. I think we're gonna see a lot. I feel like today is this week where we're gonna see a lot of underdogs.
Rod?
Give me the over. I know everybody's dogs on the over, but it's going to go over for a reason. I think the bias is this game's going over. We're going to see a shootout.
Brian Bittler?
I had the Chargers written down for my pick pool, but I've totally reversed course here. The line's kind of telling you to take the Raiders here, and I just got to believe that Las Vegas comes through and gets a clutch win here. I'm going to follow the public and take the Raiders.
Chris.
Yeah, I'm on the Raiders as well. You have a team that can't win in the Chargers against a team that's actually winning games. So I'll take the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders for sure, man. I don't understand the decision making, on some of the things the Chargers are doing. Call it that I have trouble letting go. As people say, oh, man, you got to just let that shit go, right? I have that shirt, that I wear sometimes that says you got to let that shit go. It's like I really have trouble letting it go. I still can't get past that punt against the Chiefs in overtime. I can't get past it. It kind of defines the Chargers season. This is why they're 2-5.
Sorry, did we get the Seahawks-Bills game?
No.
No, but we can.
Okay, sorry.
Is the show over, Chris? Does the show? Do you want to end the show, or are you just like trying to ruin the surprise for everybody that I was trying to? It's like, yeah, we're gonna cover the Seahawks-Bills game.
I never know anymore.
Okay, Mr. Helper.
PM.
You got the Bills are +3 against the Seahawks. And by Chris Ruffalo's request.
I'm getting picked. I'm getting banished.
Can you list it as Team A versus Team B in the point spread, please, in the comments?
Here, I have a departing hat for you, Chris.
I can wear it on the drive-thru.
Okay.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Bear down, Chicago Bears.
Oh, somebody's typing.
Yeah, who is that?
Not me.
Or
Not
playing
me.
it.
Sorry, that one was me. Sorry, the one before wasn't, but
Rod, you're up. Oh no, Ann, did you give your pick? Bills Seahawks.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks 4-1 against the spread, and I'm just not impressed. Josh Allen, he didn't even throw a touchdown against the Jets. So I maybe I'm in the trap. I don't know, but it's screaming Seahawks for me. -3.
Rod.
Give me the Bills. Give me the Bills. Money line.
Sounded just painful
Big
there
upset.
for you, man.
And I waffled and I look at this like you're going against Seattle and all that, but it's in Buffalo, and I think that Seahawks defense, the Bills are going to score some points. I like the over too. Give me the over, and I like the Bills. I'll take a shot. Give me the Bills. Bills outright at home. Bills Mafia. Let's go.
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to go with the under here. This is the game of the year right here for the Buffalo Bills. It's either they show up on defense. They need to put the best foot forward here. Seattle, I think their defense plays a little better than they've played all year. So give me the under 54.5.
Chris.
I'm on the Seahawks here. They've won their last 10 games in the Eastern Time Zone. They love playing on the East Coast. And I can't go against Russell Wilson the way he's playing right now with those receivers. And this Buffalo secondary is missing a couple guys as well, so I like Metcalf and Lockett to have a big day.
I'm taking the Bills. I think the game is a coin flip. Anyway, you slice it here, and that's the way that it is. And then you get on that weird Seahawk thing that they do, right? 20-18, 26-24, right? I mean, this is Pete Carroll, right? You missed the extra point. Great.
I hate the Seahawks. I hate them.
You don't like Clappy?
I don't like the Seahawks. I hate
Clappy. Not your guy.
Definitely not. I had to grow up watching the Seahawks. You flip it on the TV, and because where I live, everybody figures that we're a Seahawks fan, so that's all I would get on TV. I'd be like, "Geez, Seahawks again, yay!"
Seahawks are the old
And
Patriots.
back in the 80s and 90s, the Seahawks were so good.
No, it's. I'm not taking Allen over Wilson. I'm taking the
No,
Bills
no.
to cover plus the points at home is what I'm taking. I'm not saying they're even going to win the game. I'm just saying Clappy's. This is what happens. Okay, the kicker shanks the extra point. Okay, he's not even close to the uprights. Right, kicks it like over the pylon or something. Right, Clappy claps like this, slaps him on the ass, and is rah cheering. For the next thing, and then he's challenging. He'll probably challenge the play too. It's like. And the Seahawks will somehow manage a way to win. Tyler Lockett will catch some ball. It's like, there's like this much space. He's got blindfold on. The guy's face, hands over thing, and he catches it like in his pinky, right? It's like we've seen it a million times. Doesn't mean they cover the spread.
I'll tell you what, today the books get back a little bit of yesterday. I'm telling you that
Yeah.
much. There's no way they're going to take it in the tailpipe today.
If anyone knows about taking in the tailpipe, Brian.
I took it in the tailpipe yesterday. I'm not gonna take it
I got
today.
crushed. I got crushed.
Redemption day. Redemption.
I own it. I got crushed. I know it. I say it.
And it bothers me like all
The thing
night.
is-
And I go to bed after I get crushed. I was like, oh, I hate getting crushed.
The thing is, like, the trolls, they always say, like, I have this big ego or something, but it's like, I never mention when I'm on a heater. But when I get crushed, I always own it. It's like, I might as well Bitler it,
I think you do it because you don't want to jinx yourself.
No, I don't do it because I don't want to jinx myself, because I understand the business, that you're going to win and you're going to lose, and it's a marathon, and it's like, it's one day to the next. You're only as good as your last game, and I lost that one at Coastal. Anyways, Cardinals -6 against the Dolphins. This line has bounced all over the place too, and it was down to 4.5 for most of the week, and now it is back up to 6. Big public backing here. I don't know. Tua, you got Kyler Murray. Kenyon Drake is out, right?
I think Drake's a non-factor, though.
And
I'm going to go towards the over on this game.
over 49. Rod?
Give me the Dolphins. Money line.
Brian?
For me, there's just too much love here. Too much love for the Dolphins. I know the Cardinals are the public team in this one, but I think this is where Arizona starts making their stand, maybe to win the division. They're not going to overtake Seattle, so I need to take that back. But I think they take care of Miami today and cover the spread. It's not something I love, but I'm going to give it a shot. $50 on Arizona.
Chris?
I think Arizona wins, but I think Miami covers. I think this is a 4-point game, so I'll take Miami in the points.
I like the over. Got the Cowboys and the Steelers. This one looks funny to me. Funny to you. Steelers -14.5. And 14.5 points enough for you with what's his name's playing? Chris, who's playing quarterback?
Garrett Gilbert.
Garrett Gilbert.
Former Browns quarterback.
It was SMU, right? And Texas. This guy's been around.
Is that where he was?
This game is annoying. I'm not touching this game. I mean, Pittsburgh are undefeated. I'm like, I said too many points for Dallas. Maybe my fellow handicappers can chime in on this, but if I had to just kind of play with Vegas here, I would probably just go towards Dallas at the +14.5. Steelers just win by 2 touchdowns.
Anyone here ever walk into a Vegas sports book, see like 30 Steeler fans, and just walk out? It's like,
Well, I thought I might be walking into a gay bar.
it's like,
You sure?
any worse people to watch a game with than Steeler fans? Who do you like here, Ann?
I'm going to leave it with the Cowboys at +14.5.
All right. But, I mean, I can't. It's like
I know. I just can't.
Cowboys fans are
more than
annoying,
2
too.
touchdowns. I can't.
Packer fans and Steeler fans. It's like,
I think it's a trap this game. Yeah, it's like Steelers are 7-0. It's like, to me, it's just
Cowboys
I
so
just
bad.
feel in this trap here. I'm not touching the game. What about you? I think it's a pick.
This looks like a Sharpie trap for Sharpies to take it in the pipe. That's what it looks like to me. I don't see this. I don't. Oh, look, it's down to 14.
There you go.
Give me the Steelers. Steelers win by 3 touchdowns. I can't lay with Cowboys. They're 0-8 ATS, and all of a sudden today is going to be the day they're going to do it. Yeah, I know. Not going to do it. Not buying it. Give me the Steelers.
So I'm just checking the information here on Gilbert. He did play at Texas and at SMU. So we were right about that. He was picked by the Rams, the 2014 draft. So he has been around for a while now. And he does have that time after, which is weird that they went this way, because he played with the Rams, Patriots, Lions, Raiders, Panthers. Then that stint with the Orlando Apollos before going back to the Browns. And then now with the Cowboys. It's kind of like a Grateful Dead concert. There's their set list right there. It's like,
when's the next tour date?
It's like back into Browns, drums, space, Cowboys. Do we get a Detroit Lions encore? That's really what this all comes down to. I hope they play Detroit Lions.
All right, in this game, you got the best spread team in the NFL versus the worst spread team in the NFL, and to me, it's a trap all day long for guys that are fanboys of the Steelers. There's no way I'd be betting the Steelers in this one. I think the Cowboys, you never know, they could win it outright. Laugh at me all you want, but I've seen stranger things have happened. So give me the Cowboys here. Cowboys cover. I can almost guarantee it. Take the Cowboys.
Absolutely, Brian. Absolutely.
I should have made it a premium. Now I'm regretting that I don't have Dallas as a premium.
Absolutely.
Chris, you think you like we've seen the Cowboys quarterbacks against a lot less pass rush than this.
I'm gonna say this right. Brian, be happy you didn't make Dallas a premium. They're gonna get housed today. This is a 38-7 game from Pittsburgh all the way. They already started a rookie quarterback against Philadelphia, and that didn't go well. Now he's benched and got shifted down to third string behind Cooper Rush. So I'm on Pittsburgh all day here. I think Gilbert's going to get shaken up the same way DiNucci did.
Brian and I are like, we'll wait and see later.
Who'd you take? Steelers, Chris?
Yeah, Steelers.
I'm just reading the comments. So Ty the Locking says that I talk entirely too much. Well, it's my show. So, I mean, we could have it just me like it used to be if you want. And if you want just the picks, our best bets, you don't have to worry about just games and picks that we're giving out. And believe me, we give out picks at Sports Chat Place. We have write-ups on every game. Pick Dogs, write-ups on every game. I do videos on every game at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat. Okay, so that's 4 times you can get these picks. Plus, if you want the games that we really like, the ones we're betting today, the ones we're most confident in, those are available as well. So, I don't know, man. Check yourself. Is that still like does that date me? Am I out? Like the whole check yourself thing? I just don't understand it. It's like I don't. It's like, whatever, man. I can filibuster if I want to. I've earned that.
Yeah.
I've earned that.
Exactly. You have earned that.
I've earned it,
man.
Yeah. Good show.
Nice suck up there, Rod. Appreciate it. We'll keep you around for another day.
Don't you know? Rod used to sell vacuums. He's like the suction on this one.
Well, them filter queens. Remember way back in the 80s, them filter queens? Oh man, I tried selling filter queens. Didn't work.
Here's the guy telling us how lousy of pickers we are, because he should be the one on here, right? But he could do that, right? He could do his own channel. First, he would have to, of course, be a real person, not Swerve. You'd have to be a real person. Whoa, so cool, man. Swerve.
His top 3 picks. I can almost guess what they are.
Who's top 3 picks?
That guy who made a comment there about how great he is. I bet I could guess what he has.
It's like that Mike Leach.
Yeah,
West
Clemson.
Conference. My favorite one. When they lost to Baylor. You guys know
that was a game that surprised me. I was surprised Baylor won yesterday.
Yeah.
Or no, did they?
They lost.
They lost.
They lost. They didn't cover. They covered against Iowa State. But
Yeah, they're up by 14.
They lost.
Iowa State.
They were up by 20. They were up 23 to 3, I think, or something. 21-3. We got the Sunday night game. I'll be live halftime of this one too, and it is Tom Brady and the Bucks -3.5 now against Drew Brees and the Saints. Michael Thomas is back, which I generally don't think one player makes that big of a difference, but I do think he does because it gives Brees another option.
We finally had a better evening game here. For me, I'm gonna lay the points with New Orleans. I think Sean Payton is 18-3 against one or less turnovers committed during the season while coaching for them. So I think it's 3.5, but I would divide it for a little, odds go up a little bit, but I say get it at that 4. You'll be good.
Al Green is married. The creeps are out, man, today. It's like what I do is go to sports handicapping shows to try and pick up chicks. I gotta say I've been married for a long time, but I got better game than that. I still got better game than you. It's like, yeah, let's go to Mitch's show to pick up chicks. It's like, that's what happens when you bring the puck dogs in.
I thought I can add that instead of the "you guys suck" picture, or change up the energy there.
I like the over. Give me the over in the Bucks and the Saints. I think we're going to see lots of scoring here for the Sunday nighter. Big scoring.
For me, this has backdoor cover written all over it. I could easily see the Saints being down 10 late, driving the field, getting a touchdown, and that 3.5 gives you the cover with the Saints. So for me, I'm going to take New Orleans. I think they keep it close. And Michael Thomas to score the first touchdown, 10-1. That's who I'm laying $50 on.
Give me Scotty Miller.
I'm going to take the under. I think this. You normally think two high-scoring teams in this game, but I think it's going to be really windy tonight, so I think it's going to have a huge effect on it. So I'm going to take the under, and I'm going to take Jared Cook to score the first touchdown, plus 1,600.
So Al Green is saying he's here with his wife. Maybe we misinterpreted his comment. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. Ann is married. We don't. This isn't a great place to pick up chicks.
Dating show here.
Yeah, it's like, if you want to pick up chicks, you got to check out our Facebook group. That's the spot. I got into sports handicapping for the chicks. That's really how it all started. It's like I go to those blogging conferences, about the internet and the websites and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just here for the chicks. It's like it's total.
Yeah, just look at my messenger. It's like all dudes, man.
It's like total geek fest. It's like. It's like my wife, it's like, calls me, it's like, in Vegas, it's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm hitting all the clubs, I'm going out partying, I met all these chicks, I've got all kinds of shit going on, I got the suite, I got everyone's a big disco party. She's like, you're fucking watching the game. I know it. She's like, you're sitting there watching the game. You probably brought in a box of Cheez-Its. It's like, pretty much. She's like, put on the FaceTime so I can see the crumbs. You got the crumb thing going. All right, I missed everybody's picks here. Brian, who'd you take?
Oh, you got to take the Saints here plus the 3.5. I think it's a backdoor cover. Tampa Bay bettors get it in the tailpipe.
Chris, speaking of tailpipes.
Under.
Over.
I like the over for me. I got you, Rod, already. You got you.
Okay.
You and Saints, over.
Over.
I'm going to go with the over as well. I just think that it's going to be one of those games, the Drew Brees versus Tom Brady, and like aren't they like going back and forth for some touchdown thing? It's like one guy's going to have the record, and the other guy's going to have the record, and the other guy's going to have the record, and the other guy's going to have the record. I didn't turn this
I think
light
Breeze has the record by 1, I think.
No wonder it looks all funky in here. You want to see some ingenuity? So like this light, I thought this light was making me look too blue, like this. I was looking too blue, so I put this card over the side of it. Here, a little bit of duct tape. You know, I put this card on the side of this light here.
You're catching on fire.
No, it doesn't get hot. It's LED. See.
There you go.
Anyways, we're at the long-awaited parlay portion of the show.
Parlay time.
Anything else anyone wants to talk about? We got
parlay pounder.
Parlay. We actually have, we're actually running pretty good on time today, which is rare, despite my comments. Anyone got anything else they want to talk about here? Chris? You want to pimp the drive-thru here? Talk about like what's going on at the drive-thru this week, and
Let me see if I can find my lineup.
How about the drive-thru? Is there a lot of chicks there? You don't even have Ann there. You got nothing.
No, we don't. Wait for her to come through.
You don't even. You got nothing.
I gotta drive through the drive-thru.
Today on the drive-thru, it's Sausage Fest.
Sausage Sunday.
Every day is Sausage Day at the drive-thru.
And we're gonna start celebrating Oktoberfest. We're gonna cover the Bundesliga. We're gonna
don't forget on Tuesday.
Now,
sausages and meatballs for dinner.
It's Wiener Wednesday.
Wiener Wednesday.
That's great.
Gabe White hasn't watched this show in months because of how annoying it is for Mitch to pause the picks every 5 minutes to yell at someone commenting. Shit hasn't changed. Well, thanks, Gabe. Welcome back, and be sure to hit the like button. The thumbs up. Be sure to give us.
We're still doing it.
Yeah. You mean we're not catering to your every whim, Gabe? I mean, I'm not your mama. Not your mommy.
I will tell you, one of my girlfriends just started watching the show, and she's like, I like when Mitch gets all worked up at the beginning. So, there you go.
It's all part of the shtick.
That's why I used to watch the show back in the day.
We're going to change it to Dictator Dogs.
Anyways, you have a full recap of all of our picks at the bottom of the screen. Of course, this is our parlay portion of the show. Mitch is not your dictator. I'm not a dictator. It's my company. I'm not just the face up here. I mean, we've like 60 people, and it's like it has to be someone that does something, man. I mean, look how many shitty YouTube channels are out there, and so many crappy shows with like 6 people watching. It's like it doesn't happen by magic. All those articles on our website, all that other stuff. It doesn't just happen by magic. There's all going on there. Anyways. Yeah, we're way early today. And
you know the magic wand?
Chris usually leads with the parlays, but Ann, you could do a parlay first if you want.
All right, I'm going to do all underdogs here today. 4 teams. If you want to, I'll give you my 5th one to add on if you're feeling a little daring. I have Broncos plus the points, Giants plus the points, Chargers plus the points. You can switch that out with the Cowboys if you're not feeling that, and Miami plus the points. Or add the Cowboys in there as well.
It's a lot of information in a short amount of time. That's what that was. Even gave like options, so it's really a 5.
I did. If you're not, because I know some people are a little weird about the Chargers, so why not just switch it out with the Cowboys?
They call this in the Facebook group the term for that is a 5-pick. I learned this one.
5-pick. There you go.
I learned this in the Facebook group.
But if you want
I always called it a 5-team parlay. Whatever they call it, a 5-pick.
And then you have people who will do that. You tease it. I mean, it's guaranteed win. I'm not a person to tease it. I don't do the teasing, but that's one you could definitely do today.
You coming on in halftime with me on the?
So I'll be in Atlantic City tonight. So I'm gonna try my best to do a halftime show with you, but we will see.
All right.
Yeah.
Chris, what's on the snack table today for football? We know you'll be cooking yourself after yesterday.
It's going to be a lot of macaroni and cheese for the next 2 weeks until I get out of the doghouse. A lot of Mr. Noodles.
At least you got the entertainment value out of it.
Yeah, I just keep playing that clip where you just laugh every time you just see the look of horror on my face. That's the only thing that I keep playing out of that video. Yeah, let's go with the Lions money line, the Colts money line, and the Broncos money line.
So we have a question here: Broncos money line, Colts money line,
Lions money line,
and Lions money line. So we have a question here, and this is something that I get this all the time. Why are you rejecting my request to join the Facebook group? If I'm rejecting your request to join the Facebook group, it is because either A, you have no profile picture, or any pictures of you on your Facebook profile. B, you're a competing brand. Or C, you've been thrown out of another group that I manage. I mean, that's pretty much it, right?
I think we went over this yesterday.
Yeah, well, we can go over it every day.
Like every other day.
We can go over it every day because I reject the same people over and over and over and over again. And instead of sending me an email or one of those instant messages, they prefer that we just stop the show and address it here, in front of 700 people or however many we're watching, because it's all about them. Speaking all about them, Rod, hopefully I'm not talking about how you kicked my ass on this show again like yesterday. That was really, I think, the worst beatdown you ever laid on me here. I own it. It's like I think a lot of people out there, you can say a lot of things about me that let the trolls get the best of me. I talk too much. All those things. You can say all those things, and they're all true. I'm a name caller, right? I mean, I am a name caller, right? Everyone knows that. I don't deny it. But two things you can't say about me is that I'm dishonest, because I'm not, and that I live in any kind of denial. If I have a bad day, I totally own it, man. I more so will own a bad day than a good day. Absolutely. It's like I know when I stunk. I know when I stunk. I mean, you don't think it leaves a mark when McCaffrey throws a interception on the 2-inch line. It's like, when the hell don't you just run the football? What the fuck are you thinking? Why is he in there anyway instead of Martinez? I don't even understand it. Make no sense. Ruflo's like, I had Northwestern. Rod, what do you got?
Birdcage. I'm going to take Dolphins in the points. We're going to take the Bucs game over and the Texans game over. Parlay those three up.
Jonathan Ortega's pointing out a game that I lost on a free pick yesterday. Yep, I lost a bunch of them. Matter of fact, I do videos and I'm accountable because they're all on video, and then my premium picks, they're all documented. So I'm more documented than I believe any other handicapper out there at all. Right? I mean, I my free picks are documented. My everything is documented. I have no idea. Chase Daniel is the backup in Detroit, but David Blau is on the roster, and we all know he could see time. What was your pick, Rod? Say it again.
I'm going to go Dolphins plus the points, the Bucs over, the Texans over. Dolphins the points and a couple overs.
Brian?
For my 3-game parlay, I'm going to go Cowboys plus the points, Panthers plus the points, Saints plus the points. Take it to the bank.
Cowboys, Saints, It's a little fast there for me.
And Panthers. Cowboys, Saints, and Panthers.
Gotta say it slow. I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna go with the Panthers as well. The Buffalo Bills, and the Raiders. Panthers, Bills, Raiders. I'll be back at halftime today for the early games, and of course for the late games. Well, got an hour and a half before kickoff. Just seems like a lot of time.
Plenty of time to cook it up and get our food on.
Oh, Goji Moji. There was the thing about that one. The reason my name is Goji Moji. Yeah, there was something about that profile that we didn't like. It's just it doesn't look real. It just looks fake, man. It just looks like a fake profile. Anyways, Jonathan Ortega's decided to show up late and just start barking out team names. Chippewas. So this week on the college football front and on the sports front, the MAC is playing 3 on Tuesday and 3 on Wednesday.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
because we had nothing on Tuesday, now we have something.
No.
Great.
We have 3 games on Tuesday.
Nice.
MAC games. The good shit.
Nice. I like Mac.
The good shit.
Love Mac.
The good shit.
Is the Pack doing anything for Friday?
Oh, he was pointing out. Jonathan Ortega was pointing out your 3-team parlay. Cowboys. Pitt for sure. Which gives out 100 plus picks to the free.
Pittsburgh, take it to the bank, the Steelers.
Yeah.
This is the truest comment that this is exactly where I I am. And to me, it's like I don't even mind it when people say stuff about me that's true. I mean, I am a name caller. I know that. I know I have a bad temper. I know all those things, man. But it's when they make shit up about me. That's what really bugs me. Or make assumptions about me. Because all these people work with me, and all of them don't have to. It's like, I don't force anybody. Whatever. I'll see you guys at halftime. I'm not forcing you guys to show up, though. Except for the ones I'm forcing to come. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate all of you, as always, except for your trolls. And, of course, I'll see you guys at halftime of the early games. And we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.